going to give you a quick demo of our CTN Network website, ctnnetwork.net. Join our community. It is free. You just type in ctnnetwork.net, and this is the homepage right here. And if you want to create an account, you would just click up here and create new account right here. Sign up with your email, or you can sign up with just clicking on Facebook or Google. So you can sign up with your Facebook account or your Gmail. So I'm already signed up, so I'm going to click in Gmail right here, and it's going to log me in. And as you can see, this is our homepage. Click on creators right here, and this shows you all the CTN family members that are content creators. Everybody is on here. If you want to go to one of their YouTube channels, for example, if you want to go to Crypto Talk Now, just click on channel, and it takes you right over to the YouTube channel for that particular creator. And you click on community. This is our community right here. We do have a forum, and this is a forum where you can post things, you can interact with one another. And there's also a blog right over here that we post our own content on. And if you click on CTN Studios, you can watch our live show and other content creators' live shows right through this CTN Studios. We do have advertisements for some of the content creators. There's the Crypto Smith, there's Waddy, the Crypto Hunter, and we also have live charts for the ISOs right in this box right here. We have a feature where you click on the heart if you want to donate to us. You can donate with Ethereum or Binance, BNB. And also, if you click on this button right here, we're going to have a call-in feature, which is already live. If you want to call us, just click on the green icon, the green phone icon, and click on call now. And during the show, between 9:15 and 10, when we announce it, when Max is on or when I'm on with Max, we will start accepting phone calls, and you guys can be live with the show. If you want to turn your video on, you can come on camera as well. So good stuff there. Now back onto the homepage. If you click on members, you can see all the people that are members here. All these people here, like Chaka just signed up. Gills33, Miguel, all these people here are members of our community. So you guys can sign up, and then you can chat with one another. So you can either click over here, message right here. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to welcome him. I'll send him a quick message, and then I can click enter or just a little arrow. If you want to message somebody else, you can click on message, or you can go right over here into members chat and go ahead and message them and create a new chat if you want by clicking this little button right here. Now also, if you scroll down here, you can see some of the past videos that our content creators in our content creator family have created. You can go in here and watch some of the recorded videos. They're scrolling down here. Just choose one to watch. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching this brief demo. Make sure you sign up so you can interact and be part of the community when we are not on the live show.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here tonight with you all. I'm having some crazy leg issues for some reason. Have no idea why that's happening. But nonetheless, I hope to God it goes away pretty soon. Let me know if it's too bad. I'll have to maybe like restart my computer or something. Just let me know in the comments how bad it is. Larry used to have some of these problems, and for some reason now I'm having these problems. So it makes absolutely no sense. But let me know if it's really like choppy or ghosty, and I'll go from there, try to sort it out. Just going to see in the comments just real quick the report that you guys will give me before we get further into the show. So let's see how long it takes for you guys to respond. Let me see if it looks bad on my other screen. Hold on. It's a little bit choppy. Well, I don't know. Let's give it a minute, see what's going on. Can anybody tell me, is it real choppy? Just kind of test this out before we go forward. To me, it looks really choppy. I don't know why it's doing that. Anybody just give me a heads up if it looks real choppy to you? Like it looks like I'm all like, woo, all messed up. Nobody? Nobody yet? Let's see if anybody responds. I'm glad you guys are welcoming each other, but you know, it does. All right. Well, I'll just kind of get through it. All right. So thank you for everybody who's here. Let's try to get into welcome you guys. Smash a like if you haven't done so already. And we'll see what's going on. I did check on yesterday, try to see some of the stats on that. So during the show, I think we got like something like 79 likes. And then we had some people, of course, watch the replay. So it was like basically about 100 likes. I double checked the settings to make sure it wasn't like a bot attack. It wasn't. So I don't know if it was just a glitch. I don't even know if it was real. Where the case be, there was no indicators that it was a like a bot attack or anything like that, because we still have those settings on where people can't do that. So got a report on that. I'm going to jump into welcoming you guys. Start off with Mr. Din G. Thank you. JC the man, hello again. And I saw a super chat actually came in, so I do want to recognize that. And it comes from Henry Brown. He says, just showing some support to the community. Thank you very, very much for that, Mr. Henry Brown. Appreciate you. All right. Glad to have you guys here on this wonderful Saturday. And let's see where we're at in the comments. Dingy says, First Republic collapse. Didn't that bank get like $30 billion to survive? Yeah, it's crazy stuff. You know, I got a report actually from Mr. Henry Brown in regards to the next potential Black Swan event. Crazy stuff. We'll definitely show that at some point tonight. I also want to welcome Mr. Tim Shea, who says, hey, glad to have you here, Tim. The crypto commissioner, the mayor of crypto, representing the XRP Army, the 589th district. Brittany is here. Glad to have you here, Brittany. And on top of that, we have Mr. Boomer Effort Sooner. Thank you for being here, Mr. Boomer. All right. Mike, welcome back. Max on Saturday. Yep. And let's see where we're going. Also, today we will see a body, but no head. Going to be an epic stream. Nah, that's just every now and then, because I only have one of those green screen shirts, and you know, it'd be kind of gross to wear the same shirt 2 days in a row. I don't know. Some people do that. I just don't do that. So anyway. All right. KK says, hello, CTN family. What it is. Thank you for being here. And let's see here. Zachariah, welcome back. Always love your avatar. Looks pretty cool, man. You're a lunatic. Cars and crypto. Welcome. But yeah, thank you again for the super chat, Mr. Henry. Menelek is in the house. Hello, is it Menelek we're looking for? Lionel Richie. Yes, thank you for being here. Where's the floating head? Not today. Can't do it 2 days in a row. Maybe if I got a bunch of like green screen shirts, maybe I'll do that. But I don't know. I don't really want to do a floating head every day. River's in the house. Thank you for being here, River. And let's go further down. Coochie Boy's also here. Thank you for being here, Coochie Boy. Dan Armin with quite the interesting avatar, right? That's pretty cool. Welcome back. All right. It's not that bad. To me, it's pretty bad. Yeah, I don't like that. So that sucks, man. That means I can't use any of this for recorded. Man, that sucks. Well, oh well. Henry Brown says China Bank tap Ripple's ODL for remittance in partnership with QNBC. China Bank has partnered with QNB to facilitate direct transfer from Qatar to the Philippines using RippleNet payment solution. That's interesting. I'm going to also welcome Selmo Fudd, Steve Crypto. Welcome. And let's see who we have here. Kid Grebo, welcome back. All right. BSV as in Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin Satoshi vision. All right. Menelek states he wonders if the next Black Swan will be a series of events in a row like the financial collapse, cyber attack, pandemic. It coincides with a natural disaster. All right, Max, can you have a stripper background for Saturday nights? I don't know. We'll see. All right, I want to welcome Annie Rock and hold on, Hero Tamani. Welcome back as well. All right, so what I'm gonna do is one thing I did notice is that my computer was on earlier. I don't know if I fell asleep late last night or whatnot. So maybe it just kind of needs to reboot. I'm gonna be right back because I really would like to be able to feature some of what we have on the live on a recorded. So I'm just gonna, just take a brief moment. I'm gonna save these links. First of all, I'm gonna take some notes. Relax and take notes, right? So I'm gonna save these links real quick because these are some good ones. Our show's not gonna be super long, so I have to hurry up and do this actually. Give me just a second to do that. Just gonna pull these all up. And hopefully by rebooting the computer, this will help. And I won't be too long. I mean, my computer boots up pretty quick. Hold on just a minute. Like maybe 2 or 3 more links to save, and we'll go from there. All right. All right. Talk about the technical problems that we have today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Oh man. Maybe like one more. You just rang the doorbell, and guess what? I'm not going to answer it. What do you think of that? All right. So let me save this. I'm gonna call it Saturday Research. All right. I will be right back in, I don't know, roughly under 2 minutes. Have a nice little conversation. I promise I'll be back. Here we go. Okay. I think I'm still having some issues for some stupid reason. I'll try one more thing. One more thing. Be right back. All right. It's still having some issues. I don't know why it's having issues. It makes no sense. I'll just have to get through it, I guess. Very sorry about that, guys. All right. Let's welcome a few more people. I want to read this from Mentalek. He says he took a teaser position into Deso based on Max's advice. It's not financial advice, though. Not financial advice. And after further review, I'll buy more on the dip. Looks promising. Oh, well, cool. I might have to get some Deso myself. I'm not personally investing into it, but it does look promising. Miguel, welcome. Glad to have you here. Salamander as well. It's kind of fast tracking through some of this. 2 minutes. Caroline must be at the door. Way to go, Max. Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely at the door, all right. Boomer, I think Eva was headed over too. Max is busy. If Eva was here, I wouldn't even be here right now. That's all I got to say with that. I mean, she's like that one's like a Greek goddess, basically. Anyway, I want to welcome Mr. Ahmed, Michael Montclair as well. Glad to have you guys here. Stump Rider, Blackwood, guys rock. Thank you for being here. All right, we're gonna have to grind it out. I don't know what's going on. I even took off my green screen, thinking that was just a green screen issue. It's not a green screen issue. It's just something weird is going on. I don't know what the heck is going on, but I don't know. And now it says my internet's like unstable. Basically, I have what Larry used to have in my own area. What the heck is up with that? It makes no sense to me. So I don't know. I guess it just sucks. I hate this. So sorry about that. Stop complaining about it. Less QQ, more pew pew, as the gamers would say. Let's jump into what we have for a lineup tonight. And I'm just going to pull up a few more of these tabs, of course, because I don't want to just have to keep sorting through them. All right. So give me just a second to pull that up. Again, I really apologize for some of the problems. Nobody wants to sit through all this stuff. Got a few more to pull up. Or be good. All right. Some good stuff. We have some Quant, some Jasmy, some community news from like Henry Brown, a little bit from Michael Cornwell. All right. We also got I don't know. So things are going to raise your eyebrows, to say the least. All right. Let's go just do one more. All right. And the last one. All right. So let's jump into our lineup for tonight. Smash that like if you haven't done so already. See, we have about 43 wonderful, beautiful people here tonight. Thank you very, very much. We'll try to, again, grind through what we have. All right. You also have a Deso bag, Blackwood. Interesting. Oh, yeah, I did see that on the recorded. All right. So we're going to pull this up. And this actually is shared from Mr. Michael Cornwell. I think he sent this to me last night. All right. You may think this has nothing to do with crypto, but at the end of the day, here we are trying to basically make that generational wealth while the world is basically trying to off itself. I'm not even kidding. You can't make this stuff up. So it says Putin rushed off at high speed after Turkey president falls ill during an interview. Kind of crazy. This was reported yesterday. I'm going to play this. Here we go.
Turkish authorities are saying that they are investigating the reports that Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has been poisoned after meeting with a Russian official. Erdogan has been rushed to hospital after he got sick in the middle of the interview. We still don't know what is going on here, but this could be huge and could have a huge impact on Ukrainian war for several reasons. But we will not get into an analysis before we have some concrete information. This is the actual footage of the interview. Putin rushed to the Kremlin right after the incident. Rumor has it it's related to Erdogan's health. Nearly all the combat vehicles Ukraine's Western allies promised to deliver in time for Kiev's expected spring counteroffensive have arrived, NATO's top military commander said on Wednesday.
So, like I mentioned, guys, I mean, at the end of the day, we're trying to obtain that generational wealth going forward. And the dang rest of the world wants this just to basically end it, apparently. It's at the price that we got to pay for finally, getting, some of these assets. I don't know, but it does make you wonder, right? All right, we're going to jump into the next thing that we have. And on this one, it isn't necessarily anything controversial. But it is in regards to QNT. It is from the one and only Quant Papa. To kind of salvage the video, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to full screen it completely. So I'm going to go Rich Common Sense Crypto on this one so you could hear me instead of focusing on my choppy frames. So here we go. This comes from Quant Papa. So he says probably nothing. Yeah, right. Well, there's a lot to it on this. So we're going to definitely jump into this. So, I'm going to blow this up. And for one, what you're going to see right here, let me actually just blow this up a little bit more. There we go. On this particular one, notice what it states. Gilbert Verdian, CEO of Quant, very glad to see the reference and adoption of ODAP, Open Digital Asset Protocol by Visa. Our effort with MIT Connection Science at the Internet Engineering Task Force to standardize cross-chain and cross-network transactions and the importance of digital asset interoperability at gateways. Congratulations to Catherine Gu, Choi Sheffield, and the team. Now, when we get more into this, you're going to find some things here, to say the least. Let's go to the next page. And on this one, I'll also copy it and make it a little bit bigger for you guys. All right. So here's a little bit more. What it mentions: universal payment channels, an interoperability platform for digital currencies. You see all these people mentioned, but they're part of Visa Inc. And when we go further down, it says it's in an abstract with innovation of distributed ledger technology, DLT, often known as blockchain technology. There has been significant growth of digital tokens in the form of cryptocurrencies, stablecoins, and central bank digital currencies. As the number of DLT networks increases, each with varying design characteristics like likelihood that transacting parties are on the same network decreases. Thus, it is crucial to facilitate payments that are universal across networks, scalable to massive loads, and highly available. We envision a future payment network that may be built on top of DLT networks. Think about that for a second, guys. Built on top of DLT networks. What do we know about Quant? We know with Quant, with Overledger, that they are blockchain agnostic. They have stated numerous times that they will build on top of DLT through what? Quant's Overledger network. So like it says, without being subject to their limitations on interoperability, scalability, and availability faced by DLT payment solutions today. Specifically, and here's the highlight, we propose a hub and spoke payment route referred to here as Universal Payment Channels, aka UPC, that can be used to support digital token transfers of funds across different networks through payment channels. We further discuss the potential use cases of the UPC technology to support and not complicate an already robust digital payment ecosystem. Finally, through the paper, we share some future directions of the UPC technology. Now, I'm going to jump back because there's a little bit more in regards to this. And on this one, I'll also blow it up a little bit more. And shout out to Quant Papa again. He did a really good job of sharing all the juicy information. Okay. So here's some of the references in regards to universal payment channels. Now, some of you guys are into some of this stuff and some of you aren't, and it's okay. So universal payment channels is an interoperability platform for digital currencies. Here's some of the references, right? And I won't read them all, but like, for instance, enhancing cross-border payments, right? You know, financial stability board, all this good stuff. Now we're going to scroll down to the juicy stuff. What's mentioned towards the bottom? Thomas Harjano, part of the Quant team. Martin Hargreaves, Quant. Ned Smith. An interoperability architecture for blockchain gateways. What is the reference? The IETF. And also you see, for instance, where Thomas Harjano is mentioned on that URL. The IETF work in progress draft, that was all the way back in October 2020. But again, why do we show you guys these things? Well, we're going to get into that because we need to, right? Well, before doing so, I'm going to show you one more particular image. Thanks to Quant Papa. Here it is. This comes from a source of the Digital Pound Foundation. Now, on this particular one, you're going to see some key highlights. And like it says, above the current highlight, Visa said the solution would be a particular interest to small-scale farmers and agricultural firms. But look what it says. The platform, that's the biggest I can get it. The platform comprises of, I can make it just a tad bit bigger. Yeah, I can make it a little bit bigger. There we go. The platform comprises an interoperability solution, a Visa innovation called Universal Payment Channel, UPC. Boom. There you go. Why was that so significant? Because you understood that Quant already was working on this years ago, back in 2020. Like you see on the bottom part of the highlight, using UPC, the firm claims traders and companies can make a connection between the Brazilian CBDC and other CBDC stablecoins or tokenized deposits. This, the four firms claim, will allow agricultural industry players to use digital real, quote, in different markets and networks. On top of that, like you see towards the bottom, and the firm said that the platform would help, quote, expand the financing options available for SMEs to fund their business, securely and frictionlessly. How many times have you seen, like even Crypto Lulu, Luz Jackson mentioned some of this stuff about it has to be frictionless. Okay. This last part, Visa's blockchain power CBDC project will take off. Will it take off in Brazil? Well, Catherine Gu, the head of CBDCs over at Visa, global head actually, gave the example of enabling a Brazilian soybean producer to create an auction globally, and that's a contract that has been tokenized on an authorized version of the Ethereum blockchain. You can't make some of this stuff up using different interoperable forms of money. Basically, it's saying overledger without even telling you that. How do we know that? Well, as we know, Quant, ERC20 token, like it says here, interoperable forms of money. Again, you can't make this stuff up. All right, we're going to jump back to a little bit more we have from Quant Papa, but I want to show you this next particular part. And this is referenced from the Digital Pound Foundation. So here it is. And this was recent news as of literally today, straight from the Digital Pound Foundation. And you got to keep in mind, I mean, yes, Gilbert Verdian resigned, but like as the saying goes, he only sticks around in companies for about 3 years. He does his work and he kind of moves on. But you still have, for instance, Martin Hargreaves, I believe, Andrew Carrier, right? Still with the Digital Pound Foundation. But that's beyond the point. What is the point is referencing some of the things you see here in today's news in regards to QNT and this whole concept of Visa with developing a Brazilian blockchain-powered CBDC project. Now, this came from Crypto News is the original source. So, as you can see right here from the Digital Pound Foundation, they state the payments giant Visa. I'm just going to double check that we're on the right screen. We are. So, like it says, the payments giant, which is Visa, has unveiled a new blockchain and central bank digital currency project in Brazil. Visa's offering was created in partnership with AgroToken, basically at Microsoft. Okay. And like it says right here, Sinquia, Brazil. And we have the link to this. And of course, we'll get into this. So let's go ahead and blow this up. Give me just a second to load this. And we're going to take you right to it as soon as it is loaded up. But, as this is loading up, basically, it's like there's so much going on with Quant. I mean, whether it's, the recent report of Shenzhou, China, some of these other reports in regards to, LAC chain, big stuff. For whatever reason, this is not loading up. I'm going to try refreshing it one more time. Or I could just look it up a different way. Yeah, it's not loading up for some reason. So give me just a second. But my point is, we got a lot going on. So Digital Pound Foundation Visa. Let's see if we can pull that up real quick. Yeah, we can. This is 1 day ago, unless for whatever reason they just wanted to pull this off, which is possible. Now, these links are no longer working. That's kind of odd in itself, just to give you a heads up, kind of show you what I'm talking about here. Yeah, I went to a different source. It's not loading up. So I don't know. Maybe they're not supposed to share that. I don't know. I'm going to check one more particular site. See if it comes up. Let me see. I'm going to try one more. All right, so this comes from a PDF back in February, and I will share this. So unfortunately, the links from the Digital Pound Foundation are absolutely going kaput. Now, could that be for a specific reason? Could be. But look what it says here. It says the second emergence of new forms of private digital money issued by new payment entities. I'll try to blow it up a little bit more for you guys. Yeah, that's big enough. It says today, card-based transactions, for example, via Visa and MasterCard, dominate retail payments in the UK. Banks connect with regulated payment and technology companies, enabling electronic payments and settlement with commercial bank money. But the new business models and novel technologies, including DLT, mean that payment services can now be offered by non-bank firms. This includes the potential for e-money, guys. See, like I said, you can't make this stuff up. Stablecoins and deposits at narrow banks. The emergence and take-up of these new forms of private digital money is uncertain, as is whether they are issued by existing financial institutions or new entrants and startups. Pull up another one. Anyway, yeah, I want to show that particular part. Hold on, let me go further into this. I'm going to draw your attention to this right here. It says they do not propose to develop a digital pound that enables government or central bank initiated programmable money. However, discussed in Part B, payments programmability could provide enhanced functionality for users to set rules on their payments. While it may be possible to program the digital pound so that it could only work in certain ways, This is not relevant to HM Treasury and the bank's policy objectives for the digital pound. Further, this functionality, I'll just zoom out tab, that way I don't have to keep going back and forth. Further, this functionality could damage the uniformity of the CBDC and cause user distrust. They get it. They realize there's a lot of distrust as we speak when it comes to the whole concept of having a CBDC. It says, for these reasons, HM Treasury and the bank will not pursue government or central bank initiated programmable functions. However, during their research, stakeholders highlighted the potential benefits of programmability for innovation and user experience. HM Treasury and the bank would therefore permit payment interface providers and external service interface providers to implement such functionalities themselves, but they would require user consent and not be at HM Treasury or the bank's direction. And this last part. Like a physical banknote, the digital pound would be remunerated or unremunerated, excuse me. Our vision of the digital pound is similar to that of a digital banknote. Accordingly, we propose that the digital pound, like banknotes, would not be remunerated. It's a typo, I think. This means it would not pay nor charge an interest rate. That is for these three reasons. And I'll just read these last three reasons. First, the digital pound is intended to be a means of payment, like cash or a current account. It is not intended as a savings product, so it does not need to be remunerated. The digital pound would also mean it would not compete with bank accounts as a way to hold saving. This would reduce impacts on the banking sector. So at the end of the day, is this all really a truly like a threat to traditional finance? Not really, right? And I think that's what they're trying to get across is this whole thing of a level of trust of having something that's going to be, innovative. I wish I could have brought up that original link, but again, it's just not having it in regards to some of this. So glad to share that with you. We have a little bit more in regards to our outline for Quant here in a little bit. But I'm going to show you guys this next part in a bit. I'm going to kick it back down to the comments. And let's see. Miguel states that he's almost at his goal with Jasmy. Oh, that's good, man. Very, very cool. Stardog says his portfolio is set for a vast and rapid expansion once BTC hits 12K. Cool. Michael Montclair says he bought into Zen and Quantic and Time New Bank token. Interesting. Malik says, Max, I will not try to sue you over any of my potential Deso losses, but I know your support of Deso is not financial advice. Personal responsibility is the new goal. Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out, Metalect. Thank you for that, by the way. I know that you wouldn't sue me. It's more like a disclaimer, not just for you, just for everybody. Something we always have to do. And then on top of that, I'm glad, you're the type of person who, is responsible for your own actions. At the end of the day, so many people want somebody to blame. And they definitely will point fingers. All right. Miguel says, no worry, Max, brother. Thanks, Miguel. And you're going to sue me for my fat juice recipe. All today is peach. Like a light peach cocktail, but there's no alcohol in it. I rarely ever drink alcohol. Unless it's like ale or something like that. I do enjoy a good ale once in a while. All right. Yep. Putin poisoned the president of Turkey, or all the world is a stage. I don't know. It's just it's interesting. Yeah, your voice is behind a little. Yeah, I had to get through it. Sorry. I don't know what's causing that tonight. It's really annoying to say the least. Let's see where we're at. Putin was set up. Why would poison him while he's there and poison a good partner for being the next gas hub in Europe? I don't know, but it was interesting to see that on the news. That's all. Ahmed says, Michael Montclair, the Frank Sinatra of the group. Very true. Hey, Ahmed. What's up, G? Well, welcome, Bush1G. Every now and then we get more and more people watching us on Twitch, and I think that's cool. So shout out to all you guys watching us on Twitch. Thank you for being here. All right. Lucy, I'm home, says Elon Muff. Rand's back. He says, I'm here with you guys. I'm full belly with pasta. You feel good? Oh, okay. Well, good luck on that, Rand. I really hope everything comes out all right. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go further now. Henry Brown says Consensus 2023 event. McHenry confirmed that President Joe Biden could sign such a bill in the next year, adding that the proposed legislation would address both commodities and security regimes. Interesting. All right. Let's see where we're at. And Ottawa, the capital of Canada. No, in African countries. Okay, interesting. You guys trying to get that thing going on with the algorithm? All right. All right. Hello to Mr. All right. Welcome. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that. We're going to kick into the next thing. It's going to be Rich and Common Sense Crypto Style. Here we go. And here we go. So again, this is from Quant Papa. A little bit more in regards to Quant. He says, very glad to see the reference and adoption of ODAP. Let's blow it up a little more. Digital Asset Protocol effort with MIT. Again, remember how I said a while back, they're definitely working with MIT. And some people didn't even believe me. You just got confirmation a while back in regards to that. So anyway, it says to standardize cross-chain and cross-network transactions and the importance of digital asset interoperability gateways. Now, this is all the way back, of course, September 30th, but we'll come back to the present. Visa News posted this on September 30th, 2021. How might central banks and business and consumers seamlessly exchange value across blockchain networks, no matter the currency? Check out Visa's latest thinking of the challenge of cross-chain interoperability. We're going to get into that. Here it is, posted 48 minutes ago, basically. And this is from Quant Papa. Here we go. Let's jump right into this. So, Quant Papa says he probably just fat fingered that tweet, bro. I don't know, whatever the case be. Let's try to blow this up a tad. So I'm going to jump to this next part to make it bigger for you guys. Here it is. Gilbert Verdian. All right. So how long ago was this? Not that long ago. It says Visa outlines interoperability. I know it's blurred, but you got to keep in mind this is just a screenshot the guy took with his phone. Visa outlines interoperability for CBDC payments through Universal Payment Channel, UPC, like we showed you earlier. Small thread on how it ties to the Quant network. Ooh, yeah, good stuff, right? So let's jump back to a little bit more of this. Here is Gilbert Verdian. All right. You gotta keep in mind where he's at on this. And then on top of that, let's actually just go to the Visa outline. So here is the actual Visa outline for all those people who are like, well, is he going to show that or is it just going to be blurry? So here is that. And like it says, Visa outlines interoperability. We already stated that. Small thread on how it ties to Quant. So this is the good, juicy stuff. And again, we want to pull this up. So this is back from September 30th, 2021. But this guy has this whole outline in regards to it. And we got to reference it just to have people, understand like where this all started, right? So it says the UPC protocol facilitates payments through an entity called the UPC hub or server. We use the terms interchangeably, which acts as a gateway to receive payment requests from registered sending parties and routes them to registered recipient parties. UPC is acting as a gateway between both CBDCs, which is the method that Quant has taken with their API gateway interoperability solution. Ultimately, Visa aims for UPC to serve as a network of blockchain networks. So that is cool stuff in itself. To move digital currencies around the world. So we're going to blow this up. And as you can see, it shows universal payment channels and interoperability platform for digital currencies. You know, you want to talk about the infrastructure, there's an example, right? Look at tier 1 with the CBDC. You have the central bank, they kick it down to this monetary policy smart contract, then down to the actual DLT. Then from there, you have, you know, the provisioning, right? You have to have an intermediary, right? Goes down there. You have the collateral. We're always talking about, well, what will be used as collateral, right? Well, you know, if we're talking about, for instance, ISO 222, we already gave you an example of that. Remember, what's his name who sent an ISO 222 message and he used what? He used XDC as collateral. So that's a different example. You have on top of that where it jumps down to the wallet provider, goes from there, of course, to, you know, back to the original user. But you have this whole breakdown of how all this works, even from, you know, this other example from a CBDC. All right. So we're going to jump back into this other part, and he has some more. And this is good stuff. I mean, it's a blast from the past, but it's a great outline to give you some solid evidence to support the quant thesis. It says, when it comes to interop, providing direct connection is extremely important. Having one connector, which you see right here, is not recommended due to requiring the infrastructure in place of the connector. Quant proves pure interoperability. How so? Let's blow this up a tad bit more. Well, here's some of those purposes. So you have interledger, you have virtual chain, side chain, even Cosmos. We talk about that a lot. Polkadot, Layer 0, right? Aeon, we don't really mention them too much, but I mean, some of you guys pay attention to that. And then you have Overledger. But again, you have an idea of how all the interoperability can work here. Again, if you want to nerd it out more, you can check it out in that regard. But let's take a moment to look at where we're talking about scalability, because at the end of the day, if your project doesn't scale, you don't have crap. So Interledger does allow ledgers to, you know, allow connectors to run nodes. Some of these other ones we're not going to mention because, you know, we don't recover it too much. But Cosmos, right? They should be able to implement IBF to talk with the hub. Polkadot, as we know, is the Layer 0, should implement the Polkadot security consensus. And then Overledger with Quant, right? Overledger's readability and or writability, right? You got that going on. All right, I'm going to go down to this next part. I like this right here, too, in regards to the Visa reference. This is going to, like it says, references in the Visa document to ODEP, which is being worked on by Quant and MIT and others. I have pointed this out months ago, and everybody thought I was a darn fool. Not everybody, but some people thought I was a fool for mentioning this. They're saying it's all speculative. You don't know what you're talking about. I did take some heat in regards to this. Here's another perfect example of, you know, that we do have a quant connection. Okay. All right. So there's the data tracker in regards to this. We're going to pull this up for just a moment. And on this comes from the IETF. Why reference them? Keep in mind, they are literally the pioneers of the internet. So the pioneers of the internet are working with the likes of Quant. How do we know that? As you see right here, you have Martin Hargreaves referenced. And again, this is back from May of 2022. Okay. So this original article was written in September 2021. You saw some of the latest updates from May of 2022. But as plain as day, authors, Martin Hargreaves of Quant, Thomas Harjano, Quant, right? Big stuff referenced right there. Okay. On top of that, let's jump to this real quick. A little bit more of, you know, pounding home some of those particular references. Hit the wrong button on that one. Sorry about that. All right. Again, Thomas Arjano, Martin Hargreaves, Ned Smith. And it says an interoperability architecture for blockchain gateways. IETF, work in progress. And that even dates back to like October 2020. Then another reference, right? Why do I show so many references? I have to show reference. Even when I'm teaching school or I'm an instructor doing it in college, you have to show sources. We have to do it in what we call APA format. I'm not going to give it to you in APA format, but you get the point. Here are the references. Let's jump back to just a little bit more to pound this home. Why it's big. So it says hub and spoke reference, which Gilbert was referred to previously with Quant being the center, indicating over ledger network gateways. Watch this. Look at what's highlighted. And also notice what's on the top with Visa. But let's just get to the highlight. It says, for instance, let me highlight that, my bad. It says, we envision a future payment network that may be built on top of DLT networks without being subject to their limitations on interoperability, scalability, and availability faced by DLT payment solutions today. Specifically, we propose a hub and spoke payment route referred to here as universal payment channels. Again, a reiteration. That can be used to support digital token transfers of funds across different networks through payment channels. We further discuss the potential use cases of the UPC technology to support and not complicate an already robust digital payment ecosystem. Finally, through the paper, we share some future directions of the UPC technology. Now, if you're wondering, well, is there more in regards to this? Do we have anything official from Gilbert Verderian? You better believe we do. And here is just that. So, as you can see, it mentions Gilbert Verderian. And, it says, I meant from a topology perspective, it's not like a hub and spoke thingy, and it says, you understand this reference, right? You see all this is posted here. But when we get into it, it states Gilbert still maintains close connections with his colleagues, and he does. I mean, look who is the prime minister, for crying out loud, of the UK, right? That was a very close friend / work colleague. So Gilbert still maintains close connections, like it says, with his colleagues at even MasterCard. Now, we're talking about Visa earlier, right? But he has connections to both Visa and MasterCard. And as we know, those are the two biggest players when it comes to traditional, payment methods, whether it's in the form of debit card or credit card. Those are still the two biggest names out there. So it says, MasterCard has 30 million plus merchants, and they could possibly create a similar payment system. Let's expand this. Here's a forwarded message from Gilbert Verderian. It says, yes, large technology companies have hundreds or even thousands of financial institution clients who are all experimenting with blockchain. They are talking to us to create their own interbank networks for their clients and connect it to OVN, over ledger network, to interoperate with other consortiums, individual banks, and the wider ecosystem. This is laying the foundations for a new digital asset network that complements and interoperates with the existing financial systems. This is another perfect example of why we state that SWIFT is not going to be replaced. If anything is being upgraded. And we have also already established that when it comes to SWIFT, they have already talked to both Gilbert and Martin Hargreaves. How do we know that? Again, I've outlined that in the past, but you did see those particular video clips where they reference them talking to Quant at, for instance, Cybos of last year. All right, a little bit more in regards to this. So this states, do you still have close relationships with MasterCard? Asking, of course, Gilbert Verderian. It's the saying goes, screenshots or didn't happen, right? And then you have this, yes, as in Gilbert Verderian, I always bump into my old colleagues at conferences and events. They're not the only payment company in the world. Yeah, no kidding. All right. This is the last part in regards to our outline in regards from Quant. And again, Quant Papa is just absolutely killing it with the info. It says, still so much detail that I have not covered due to my lack of understanding. It says Quant FA is too alpha. Join them to further understand. And again, if you're that type of person, you want to see this for yourself, you definitely can do so. So that is going to conclude our coverage for Quant for tonight. If you're wondering why am I not in the frame so much, there's some kind of problem I'm having. So I was trying to go Richard Common Sense crypto style where you just hear me. But nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead and kick it back into the comments just for a brief bit. Before I do so, I'm just going to double check on the score real quick of the game. And let's see where we're at. We're at 11 minutes of the third quarter. Okay. So we'll get to go a little bit longer. I want to read this from not yet. I'm going to go further up and see if there's anything else I missed. Hold on a second before I kick it into that super chat. All right. Let's go further down. All right. So Rand says he's here with you guys. Max. Okay, I already read that. My bad. Let me go further down. Welcome to Profit. All right, Dingy, thank you so much for the $3 super sticker. Really do appreciate it, especially with all the technical problems I'm having tonight. This is from Administrativism. He says, hi, I want to offer promotion of your channel. I don't need any bots. I'm good on that. Thank you anyway. Sorry. Thanks, but no thanks. We don't need no bots. Bots don't help a channel really grow. It's fake. It's stupid. I'm not calling you stupid or anything like that. I do appreciate you being here, but we don't need no bots. All right. Dingy says Erdogan first appeared in public after illness together with Azerbaijan President Ilham Aliyev. He visited the Technofest Aerospace Technology Festival in Istanbul. Posted 8 hours ago. Interesting. All right, let's go further down. No, I heard it. He's fine, man. Yeah, he falls asleep and he drops stuff. He's all right. All right, let's go further down. All right. All right. I want to welcome April Cornwell, and let's kick it into the next part that we have. All right. So on this next particular one, we're going to get into actually is going to be Jasmy, believe it or not. So let's go ahead and get into that. I'm going to go full screen because my whole thing with my frames is all screwed up for some stupid reason. I'm going to have to see if it does that on OBS Studios for the recorded too. All right, so this comes from ICM Fibian, and it says 2 months later, still speculation, but here is why he keeps his tinfoil hat on when it comes to centrality AI and also Jasmy. Now, if you're wondering about centrality AI, they are tech ventures ecosystem. Okay, so could there actually be something between these two? Well, let's jump into this. It says, why would two big consortia have a strategic alliance? If one was to take their PlugNet network toolkit, and build a competitor network, especially since, basically speaking, we know that Hyperledger Fabric can support multiple consortia and interoperability with PlugNet toolkit from Solidity. I just want to throw this out there, okay? So I, showed you guys, also CryptoSmith, both of us, that Jasmy is in fact using Hyperledger Fabric. We pull that reference from Reddit. Notice all of a sudden that more and more people are becoming in tune with referencing that Jasmy does in fact use Hyperledger Fabric. Just throwing that out there. So it says, why would Masanobu Yoshida, the quote "my" in Jasmy, or the "me" in Jasmy, become an advisor to the all-state machine near the same time they announced their strategic alliance with centrality AI. Excuse me. That's a good question. It says the Futureverse white paper has a very brief entry of data market. So he submitted a question about this to data market for the Root Network AMA on May 1st. And we're going to jump into this. So it says on July 2nd, Jasmy formed a strategic alliance with blockchain development company Centrality Limited, combining its own Internet of Things technology, original ideas, and Centrality's advanced blockchain technology to create a large-scale, autonomous, and widely used IoT network. Now, this guy responds and he says, pure speculation. He says, I don't know you, but I think we speak the same language here. He saw also this guy's passion in regards to this whole thing with PlugNet. He thinks this picture will get our attention. By the way, it's just an example of DLT concept of 2018. But let's blow this up. In this figure, you'll see the landscape of distributed ledger technologies. It shows some big players here, obviously. You have IOTA, as we know, Internet of Things as well. You have Ripple. Of course, you see some of the older ones, Bitcoin, Ethereum. But look where PlugNet is mentioned. And if you're wondering, again, what a PlugNet is, they are a multi-chain synthetic assets network. DeFi made easy, quote unquote. But see where they're positioned in regards to this, right? So you have, obviously, DLTs, as we know, that are public, permissionless. We have private, so on and so forth, right? Like R3 and Hyperledger. But the key thing is where Plug is positioned. So, I mean, yeah, it's speculative, but this is more than speculation. This is pretty big. Now, when we get further into this, I'm going to pull this up, and this is pretty good stuff. So let's just pull this up just in a brief moment. This guy who's Houston, he says, in case you want to search for the report, it's PDF file. You can share it here, but here it is. This comes from Callahan Innovation. This is all the way back from 2018. It says distributed ledgers and blockchain opportunities. Let's pull this up for a second. And that's what he's referencing, right? So again, if you want to nerd out, you can, but at the end of the day, there could very well be something there. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm going to show this thread. And, like this comment back. Oh, God. Hold on. I got to go. Show's over. Bye-bye.